Hey guys, this is Crypto Spook,
And this is Moriarty.
and today we're talking about a game called VR Funhouse. Although I use the term game very loosely, there's some arcadey action going on for sure. But it was not much of a game, more of an experience, kind of a showcase of the abilities that come with a NVIDIA graphics card.
So similar to Valve's The Lab.
Exactly, just nowhere near as fun.
Well,
Unfortunately,
that's really sad.
I mean, it had some really cool stuff, and I feel bad because I bet with a better graphics card, this would be way better, and it looks terrible. Let me start out by saying that I have a 980 overclocked with water cooling on it, and it is unfortunately at my girlfriend's house because she streams. So I left it there for a little while and haven't gotten a chance to pick it up. So I'm playing this on a 960 SSC with 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, this is not pretty.
No, it's really not. The minimum recommended graphics card for this is a 1060.
And you played it on a 960.
And I played it on a 960.
That's really good. That's really good. That
I would
explains a lot.
say it does explain a lot, but it also explains why it looks so bad. I could tell that I mean, this isn't just the recording because this is what was on my monitor. It looked bad in-game, too. But it speaks wonders for the 960 that it was actually able to do this without severe stuttering or anything. It just scaled everything back so far it's ridiculous.
I don't notice any stuttering, but I do notice that all of the textures are essentially
Blah.
just blerg.
Blah.
Also, apparently you only look out of your left eye.
Yeah, right? I also could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get out of this menu. Oh, so there you go. So there's the minimum low setting is for a 1060.
Good.
And high
And you
is
need
two 1080s.
Two 1080s. Oh my goodness, that's insane. I do notice one of the things I like about VR, and I've always kind of liked it as an aside. It's one of those things that makes you go, "Huh, that's kind of neat." Is that you suddenly notice how you look around and how shaky your head is, and how you tilt your head and move left and right, and how you might use one eye more than the other, because it really comes through in these recordings.
So as it turns out, I am, as a matter of fact, left eye dominant, and I am partially blind in my right eye.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Well.
I wasn't always left eye dominant.
I suppose. This looks kind of boring, actually.
It wasn't very much fun, and it actually took me a minute to realize that little thing was deflating inside of there. This was kind of boring. I was like, this could have been done so much better. But this was meant to show off, I guess, the water and splash physics and stuff like that. So I did not happen to notice that water there, and the bow is extremely underwhelming.
Wow.
It's so underwhelming. That's full draw, by the way.
Especially after playing something like The Lab or like Quiver, which is another really cool arrow game. This is just kind of sad.
It's very sad. I will have to try it again once I pick up a 1080 Ti, which hopefully will come out later this year.
Man, I feel like you're playing like those bows that they give you at real carnivals where they're all
That's
spongy.
exactly what this is. Yeah, it's like a little, they're little plastic suction cup arrows. And you're lighting a suction cup on fire, which is a terrible idea.
The string's been pulled back so many times that it has no elasticity anymore.
Yep. So I am at this point. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit all these. But you've only got 30 seconds, so it would have been probably a lot smarter to just go for the high value ones. And yeah, the arrows do not go anywhere.
Yeah, this is a sad game.
This is like if you went to Rite Aid and bought an $8 plastic bow. That's exactly how it would shoot.
Yeah, probably further though.
Unfortunately. This is probably one of the enjoyable parts of the game, and I felt like I'm going to start lagging out my PC doing this.
How is it you were so bad at breaking a balloon?
I know, that's what I was thinking too, but I guess the swords are incredibly dull, just like you're at a carnival.
So they're Nerf swords.
They are Nerf swords. As you can see, I am smacking balloons with a sword,
And they're not
popping. So then I decided to use the scissor method.
Which seems to be pretty effective.
Oh yeah, it's way more effective. But I started having fun at this point, and then I was like, look at the pretty sparkles! At this point, I just couldn't believe that my computer wasn't on fire. Given that this was intended for a 1060 minimum.
I would like to see it on a
pair of
1080
1080s?
Yeah, or a Titan X or something like that.
I'm hoping that the 1080 Ti comes out this year and that it has HBM2 RAM.
It won't.
I know it won't, but I can hope. This was incredibly hard, by the way. This was meant to showcase their NVIDIA Hair FX. And
the physics
yeah,
stuff, or what did they call
hair
it?
looks really good.
It looks terrible.
I couldn't hit anybody.
Yeah, that first showed up in Tomb Raider, didn't it?
Yes, it did first show up in Tomb Raider, and then
Yeah,
they had
the
it in
Tress
Witcher 3.
FX, right?
No, actually, Tress FX I think is AMD.
Are you sure? Then what is it?
Actually, it could be called Tress FX. Oh, I threw my hammer, and it stuck to the sign.
I feel like you're wrong, by the way. I have Googled it. You are wrong. It is Tress FX.
Well, there you have it. That's what I said.
I'm actually not all that impressed by it, to be
Well, keep
quite
in
frank.
mind, this is on a 960. Of course it looks bad.
It does look awful on your 960.
It looks so bad.
Now, I remember when Tress FX first showed up in the Tomb Raider game, which, by the way, is fantastic, and I loved it, and I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was the best Tomb Raider, and you can go ahead and hate me all you want.
Are you talking about not the most recent one, but the one just before that?
Yeah, the first reboot. I haven't actually played the second of the new series. But
Neither
the first
have I,
one,
but I did play that one, the reboot,
first one was
and it
great.
was really good.
super fantastic, fun game. It also had Tress effects, and I remember that turning on the Tress effects took my frame rate down to like 3. But turning it off, I got 120 frames again. So I feel like NVIDIA does it purposefully to fuck with AMD card owners, and I hope that they understand that there's a special place in hell for people who engage in that kind of exclusivity.
Well, that seems a little harsh.
No, they're right there with Oculus as far as I'm concerned. Are these potatoes?
I can't tell what it is, but I'm beating the crap out of it.
I want a boxing VR game that's done well. I know there is a boxing VR game, but it's like one dude who doesn't punch back.
So I will say that for the things I didn't like about this game, the hit detection was actually quite good.
That's a credit to the Vive, man. The Vive is incredibly accurate. Oh, look at that military shooting. Oh, you missed. you missed. Oh, you're missing
I'm
a lot.
shooting with two hands. What do you want,
Look
man?
at you missing. You're just missing nothing. Look at all the misses.
It's impossible to aim in VR. You don't have depth perception. Unless you hold the controller like at this really awkward angle up in front of your face.
I disagree. I think that's actually the whole point of VR is that you do have depth perception. That's why it's virtual reality.
Yes, you're right. But what I mean is that it's not good. Because it's not where you would normally hold it, you know?
I dig.
I decided I wanted to do that again. And then I intentionally started over. Because I started shooting before it was time.
That's bullshit that it didn't count any of those shots.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm guessing this is their physics for shattering stuff.
Yeah, and it was quite good. It actually gets better towards the end. At this point, I'm just looking around for more stuff to shoot.
It does vaguely remind me. Oh yeah, and I see. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat.
I don't know why I did that again.
You're holding it all gangster style.
I think at this point I'm just shooting as fast as I can.
There you have it,
Fingers
folks.
slowing down.
There you have it, folks. Crypto is a fan of the gangster style of shooting.
Hey, when
like
you gotta shoot
any
ceramic
veterans,
stuff, there's no better way to do it.
Any veterans out there, please note that this man was actually trained by the United States government to shoot.
And the Army, and the Navy.
And this is what they taught him?
That's what they told me. At this point, I was just like, what can't I shoot?
I'm kind of sad that you didn't do what most people tend to do in VR.
Oh, yeah?
And shoot yourself.
Maybe you just haven't given me enough time yet. Oh, I think I was adjusting something. Oh, and then I tried to do some flip tricks with the guns.
That looks so ridiculous.
It does. It was pretty satisfying to shoot them, though. Like, even though they're just little pop guns.
Ah, there we go. There's the suicide attempt that everybody in VR does.
I was examining the operation of the gun, and so if you look at one side of it, there's only one. There's two bullets in the gun. One in the round you just fired, and one in the chamber. If you look at it from the front.
Yeah, I did see that. It didn't look right.
No.
Cannon skeet?
Skeet, 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 skeet.
That's not something that you're supposed to say.
This started getting kind of intense.
It's a little Fruit Ninja-y.
This is very Fruit Ninja-y.
Ninja-wa. Ninja-y? Ninja?
Ninja-ish.
Ninja-ish.
Ninja-like.
Ninja-esque.
Ninja-esque, that's probably the best descriptor. I missed one.
Remember, folks, United States government trained shooter.
With BB guns. These are BB guns.
The key point is that you missed one.
I did miss one.
I hope that... oh, no, missed several. Do you
It's hard
remember
to
the
see
name
through
of
the
the
smoke.
sergeant or the petty officer or whoever who taught you how to shoot?
I already knew how to shoot.
Do you remember the name of the guy who taught you how to shoot? Because I think perhaps he should lose his job.
I think my dad taught me how to shoot.
Well, then he needs to lose his job. Oh, God.
And that's it.
Congratulations.
That is everything that is in the game. It is very much so a proof of concept.
I don't even know if it's a proof of concept, because it really feels like an old school tech demo. Here's some cool things that you can do in our engine.
Teeny tiny little thing.
It definitely doesn't feel like a game. I have absolutely zero interest to play it.
Even though you already tried to play it, but because you have an AMD, they wouldn't let you.
It wouldn't let me, but it's not even about that. It's more about the fact that watching that doesn't make me go, oh my god, I need to load this up and play it. Like the lab, when you watch that, you go, oh man, I want to do that. That looks cool.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when you're like throwing the stick for the dog and stuff.
Right, I mean, all of it. It's so neat, and it's really engaging. You know, you watch people play the Star Wars VR game, and you go, ooh, I want to do that. I want to swing around a lightsaber. That makes me go, that's interesting. And once I've seen the video of it, I have no interest in playing it, literally ever.
Standard disclaimer, it is more interesting and fun in VR than it is watching it on a 2D screen.
Of course, they always are, but I take that into account. I am a VR user.
I'm just pointing it out for everybody out there that doesn't have VR. All those poor, poor souls without the glory that is VR.
So now we've ascended past the PC master race, and we're the VR...
Demigods.
The VR demigods. Okay.
Yeah.
I can accept that. So we are no longer part of the master race. Now we have ascended past the master race. We have become transhuman.
Transhuman indeed.
I like that. Okay, guys. Well, there you go. That is the NVIDIA VR Funhouse. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy the video, don't leave a like. Leave a dislike or a comment, or alternatively, you can try to find our Facebooks and hunt us down.
I don't like that. Don't do that. Also, if you think of any really good games that you want us to try, please just drop us a like. There's a good chance we already have the game, and we would also like to do some more VR games.
Until the next one.